One thing about dealing with these women, and it's always been the case, they can dish it, but they can't take it, right? They tell you, I don't need you, and they crack jokes with you. But as soon as you give them a good jab, figuratively, they ready to call the police, they ready to crash out, they ready to fight, they ready to report your channel, they ready to send you to the upper room. And that's one thing that, you got to remember. This is why, society handles women with care. This is why men spare their women's feelings. This is why, arguing with a woman is useless. Because if you really handle the woman like they think they want to be handled, most of them will send themselves to the upper room. If you really told women the truth, like the honest truth about them, if you really flame them, they can't take it, bro. They can't take it. So they love to dish it. They love to say all this shit online about men and the powers that be, who are the backdoor of your rainbow gang. They allow women to create misandrous content and allow it to flourish. I'm telling you, look at the comment sections, dude. It was a story about a woman from Toledo who cut off a man's, testicles. And women in the comment section are like, oh, he deserved it, free her, and this, that, and the third. So when you see stuff like that, you know how many women that's amongst you that are misandrous, that are feminist, womanist, whatever they want to call it. It's women that's married right now that's like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the scary thing about it, is that it's women that are married and a man is doing everything correctly, but she still hate that man. Most women hate men. Most women are inherently bad. Look at the Bible. This is why when a lot of women come into your life goes all the way down. And this is one of the reasons, a reason that a lot of guys don't talk about why they pay to play. Because a lot of times you put a woman in your life, she becomes a big burden, a burden. And this is why they know, most women today know they know their situation is just good situationships. They know they are a burden. Even when they get a sucker to take them in, it's hard for them to comply. They like, man, it's hard for them to even want to act right. So, just remembering that. But, so you have to remember, they can't take it. When they don't need you and you walk out and you don't give them no attention, you don't give them no more money, and they get in trouble, and they like to come back and they want to say everything, but I apologize sincerely. But at the end of the day, no, you gotta live with what you did. These women online talk shit about black men all day. A guy made one video that's 10% of the shit that they was talking about men in general or black men. They report them. They all mass report them. They can't take it. They can't take it. And men need to take the kid gloves off, to be real. That's a fact. Men need to take the kid gloves off. If men start handling women and start reporting them and calling the police on them and stop sparing them so much. See, Donald Trump's doing his job with taking the government shutdown and the reform of welfare. And at the end of the day, he's doing his job. He's doing his job. But as individual men, for women who like that, why do y'all put up with it? Why do y'all allow women to verbally abuse y'all and y'all take the high road? And you are taking care of her. You are saving her. And she don't appreciate you? Why do y'all sit there and take that abuse so long? You love her, but she don't love you. She only love what you bring to the table. And what you don't bring to the table is contingent on her being there for you or not. That's why you see a lot of dudes end up with women and they get sick and they split on them. Tell me what's more evil than that. And it's other women who justify that. What's more evil than that? Than a guy that held you down, paid your bills, was a good guy, was a good man. He gets sick and need help. And what do? You go run off with another man. You leave them. You know what I'm saying? How many women say, oh, I'm bored being here. I want to do my own thing. The lady talking about she left her kids with her husband and left her family because what's more evil than that? What's more evil than that? Creating a broken home for your kids because you wasn't in no harm. Nobody asked you to spread them cheeks open and spread that coochie open and have them kids. What's more evil than that? And you know what's even more evil than that? Let me ask my own question. Look at the comment section. I feel the same way, girl. You girl. I feel you. Leave them kids. Fuck that nigga. Remember that fat chick that was on the internet that lost all that weight? And it was a little story, and she talked about she lost the weight and met a man and left her and was ready to leave her whole family and her kids and see them on the weekend. That's evil. That's evil. A man cheating on a woman, that's not evil. That's a European construct, to be honest with you. That's a European construct. Polygyny is the way. It's the natural way of order. No other animal that I can think of, especially mammals, are monogamous. But I'm not here to talk about that. But I do think men need to practice monogamy to have self-discipline. Ultimate discipline is sexually and financially. I feel like you sexually can discipline yourself, you can do anything. Save money, save whatever. But what you have to understand is this. These women, they can't take it, bro. And men know it, and men just conditioned to be nice. Even if when that woman was ready to leave him, that man, he still stayed by her. And at the end of the day, men got to learn to stop taking the high road. The only way we going to change the battle, the only way we going to change this battle and change it, you ain't going to be able, with these laws, you ain't going to be able to snatch a woman up and put her in line and put her in order. Only a woman that's been raised to be in the right order. Only way y'all have to do that is take y'all power back. In a lot of the younger generation, we talk about a lot of the things they do wrong, but they do a lot of things right. They do a lot of things right. These generation is not being loyal to black women. They seeing their mother for what it is, and maybe it's more visibility, more able to connect socially. They seeing their mother's the problem, and a lot of them young black boys are saying, I don't want to deal with black women. I'm sorry, I don't want to deal with it. You know? I'm not dealing with it. I'm going where I'm celebrated at, with who actually likes me. I don't care what they say. I'm going to rise above that, and I feel them. So when reality hit home to these women too, trust me, they getting drunk off wine, all that. That's why they so easy. That's why they so easy. That's why these women are so easy, bro. I see women get up. I live in a complex. I see women get dressed up, go to the club all the time, bro. Knowing ain't no motherfuckers gonna be, the man gonna be there. You know? But, honestly, man, guys gotta start dishing it, bro. They gotta stop underhand pitching the women. You gotta, stop holding these doors open for them. Matter of fact, it was a lady, I don't know where they was at. Was it in Texas somewhere? 2 black women got into it. One lady held the door open at Petco or something like that, and they both was black. And one didn't say thank you, welcome, or thank you. And they got into an argument, and somebody got sent to the upper room with a pistol, with a gun. They're becoming more and more violent, bro. So my thing is, taking the higher road, that shit is done. Either you avoid them, especially when you find out the way they avoid them, bro. They online, they showing that they don't fuck with us. In person, they showing they don't fuck with us. I don't get it. If they not really messing with us, why? Why? And a lot of times they do this, and this is a whole different category. A lot of times they do this because they want an excuse to go out there and get a white guy. And what's so funny, I was hitting my boy Myron up and shit. And he from the D2, by the way. Shout out to Myron. And I sent him a picture. I seen this nice looking black woman with this fat white guy. I took a picture. I screenshotted that shit. And I was, I was like, yeah, I'm telling you, I was like, she would never date that version of a black guy. He was like, I agree. Yeah, I agree. And I think people are starting to see what's going on, bro. But I'm gonna say this to end this video. Got nothing to do with this particular video, kinda. But I'm gonna say this: a lot of those black women, they say all this nasty shit about black men, and they create this situation for the black men where black men don't go to the club, black men stay to themselves, black men date out. The number one reason they create this environment is because they want to date out. They want to date out. They want Brad to show up to the club. They want Brad to come save them, but they ain't got the memo. They interracially date to white men at less than 5%. But a lot of it is they want to get y'all black asses out the way so white zaddy can come save them. Let's keep it a bean. That's the God honest truth, bro. That's the God honest truth. Y'all ain't peeped the game. They tear down black men, the bad black man, the good black men, they really want to be saved by white men. If they did a lie detector test, the majority, I guarantee, even if it's 50.1% black women would prefer to be with a non-black man. I promise you that, bro. And I guarantee you, if you did a test of women of age on how many of them been with black men, it'll be well over, dated outside of black men, it'll be well over 50%, bro. Even the ghetto is ghetto. If you even know prostitutes, right? Even without a pimp, even prostitutes will say no black men, only white men, or white men, generous white men. I'm telling y'all, go research that shit. All this, the climate that they create is for an avenue for white zaddy to save it. I'm gonna talk about that in a shorter video. Appreciate y'all. Hit the link in the description on it. Take time. Peace.